OCO, Jared back at you. Been a little while. Dealing with all kinds of stuff out here at the house. The health, been bothering me. Just a lot of life piling up all at once. Had a whole lot going on. I'm gonna give you a little update on everything, just letting you know we're still alive, still here, still doing what we gotta do. I'm gonna go over a few things with you, just a real brief overview, and then we'll be back with some more focused videos here real soon. We had to deal with was our septic system just about completely overrode itself. It was just overflowed, filling up out here into the leach field. And oddly enough, underneath all that building right there is where the septic tank is. We had to dig down there, do a lot of work figuring out what was going on. We had rainwater running in. We had all kinds of stuff just filling it up. It was like a perfect storm, all kinds of stuff going wrong at the same time. But we got it taken care of, and now the house is fine. Some of the fencing needs to be repaired. Kids getting a little rambunctious with the golf cart. It's supposed to be for helping me haul stuff, and crashed into that. Everyone's fine. Golf cart didn't get them, and I didn't either. So, one little update is we had several cold spells, and it killed most of my corn that I had in my cover cropped area. Tried replanting, but I think the hay may have taken over too much now. So we'll see what happens there. Awesome update though. Some reclaimed chain link fence, about 600 feet with about 100 feet of it kind of tore up, but several rolls, 2 rolls of perfect 200-foot chain link with all the piping. So we should be able to get some fencing set up. We're going to run it all the way out to here, we think. So all of this will be pasture for the coonies. I think I'm going to run it so that it goes right along the outside of those pines and back into the woods, and then back around to the pig pen itself. Coonies will have a nice little place to run. We got to clean up the trash that's over here, but all this reclaimed fencing, we'll be putting it to use once we get a drive shaft for that auger over there. But a lot of this is some good chain link fence. Still plenty of life left in it, so we'll be getting some use out of that. Over here is our new additions. We got Plymouth Rocks chicks, 25 cents a piece. It was a good deal. We picked up 26 of those. They're in this little tractor right now while we're building them the chicken coop. We're moving them around. And hiding up in there, I don't know if you can see, is 2 geese. There they are. We got us a couple geese now. Those will be the guard dogs for the chickens to keep them protected from the hawks and stuff. And we're gonna take this old greenhouse frame here, with a lot of the old scrap metal we have kind of piled up over there and behind the barn as well, and turn it into a portable chicken coop to go along with some poultry netting. And we'll free range them out here in this section of the pasture. Hopefully be getting some eggs about the end of the summer. We've also got up at the house, there's still too young to be putting down here in the chicken tractor. We've got 5 little chicks that my oldest son, stepson Blake, he bought for me the day he moved out. He got 3 calico princesses and 2 golden comets. It was actually 3 golden comets, but 2 of the comets had pasty butt and 1 didn't make it. The other one's doing fine now, but they're in the house where we can keep an eye on them, keep them warm until they put some feathers on, and we put them out here with the others. Hopefully they'll acclimate just fine though. You have to pardon my breathing. I've got health issues in there. They've been acting up lately, and plus I've been fighting the cold. But we got a little bit going on up here. Been doing a little bit with the food forest. Can't wait for it to take off. You see that little guy right there? That is a Mexican tree sunflower. I can't really remember the name off the top of my head all of a sudden, but Can't wait for that. A whole packet of seeds and only one sprouted, but it's doing okay. I got a Cushaw squash down there next to one of my plum trees. Got another one there. I think I'm going to wrap them around it as they grow and kind of act as a ground cover. The old mulberry I had here, it was definitely dead. We'll be planting something else in that spot. Probably a moringa. I've got some moringa seedlings. Transplanted our wild onions over here. They're going to grow right here next to our new mayhaw tree. Got a mayhaw there, another Cushaw squash there. Figs are finally taking off. These were cuttings 2 years ago, and they had just barely rooted, and I didn't think they survived the winter. But definitely got some figs here. I'm thinking these are turkey figs, but I'm not sure. They were our neighbors at the other house. A tree that I've been wanting ever since I first learned of it years ago. Pawpaw tree. Finally got one. Should have some seeds actually coming from the University of Kentucky as well. But this one was a good deal. Couldn't pass it up. Starting to leaf out and flower. Got a Cushaw down there as well. Hoping to use those as living mulch. This is some longevity spinach. Looking forward to getting that going. Got us a pomegranate. Looking good. It's handled the transplant well. And then we have a shimmer apple. Actually has a little apple on it. It's the only one, but looks like it didn't mind the transplant too much either. Got a little bit of ginger coming up beside it. Peach tree looking good. Loquat looking good. Pineapple pear still looking all right. And this is one I'm really pleased with. We should be done with our cold spells, but I'm gonna baby it for a while and see what I can do. I'm hoping that being under this oak canopy and right next to the established forest, that my star fruit will actually do good. We got us a star fruit tree, and hopefully she'll survive long enough to produce. The sweet potatoes planted out here in the banana circle. We'll let them just go crazy out here in all this. Bananas handled the cold fine. We mulched it for some of the worst. Got a couple onion starts doing okay over here. Comfrey looking good there. I had another ginger over here. Something dug it up. It's gone. Don't know what happened. Another little project. Took some old poles we had here on the property and some old wire. Planted some hardy kiwis. 8 foot tall, 30 foot long run. Kiwis are 15 foot apart, but that's a male, shouldn't produce, but female, close enough. And I'm going to actually plant dragon fruit along this side of it and run it up as well. Get as much use as we can out of these. Planted them 3 foot down, and they're about 8 foot tall. So that should be good. Give us a nice little trellis and a little windbreak. I think I'm gonna try to plant a jackfruit beside it. Let it count as some of the windbreak for that jackfruit. Still no asparagus coming up my little asparagus run right there. I reckon we'll see what happens with that. It's my other pear, leaning over but looking good. The squash is flowering, but ain't got hardly no leaves on it, so I'm a little worried about that. Just not enough nutrients out here, I don't think, yet. Since I can't get anybody to bring us any wood chips for mulch. I still got a lot of stuff out here I can plant in. So I collect all the grass clippings every time we mow. Potatoes growing like crazy right there. Cold really messed with the pecan tree right here, but it's actually shooting up another growth down there, so that might be all right. Got us a satsuma. I transplanted some wild onions down below. My other plum, there's that Cushaw squash with it. And then right here, we actually have a couple catawba trees on the property. There's one of them way over there, right there. And they're dying. They've had the best years of their lives already. There was one seed pod produced last year, and I saved the seeds from it, and that's a catawba tree. I'm gonna try to keep it short so I can harvest catawba worms from it. And I may clean up some and sell them. I've got 3 sprouts so far. I'm looking to see where the other one is. It was over here. I done lost one. Actually think that one of the animals dug it up. And there's a mulberry to replace the one that didn't make it over there. So it should do all right here. Be a good tree to get some grapevines and stuff growing on once it gets a little taller. And all the way over here, let's see how she's doing. This poor old mimosa tree. I'm gonna use it as a trellis for this guy here. That's a chody squash. I know I'm probably not pronouncing it right, but I'm looking forward to her trellising up the tree and seeing if we get some chody squash or chody fruit or however they say it. Looking forward to that producing, giving us a little something. But that's an update of what we got going on the property. I'm sorry it's been so long. Like I said, kind of a little under the weather and still fighting it. There's been a whole lot of mess going on. But we're back. We haven't given up. We're still pushing strong. Well, until next time, Watto for watching.